Good morning, good evening, everything in between. How are we all today? Welcome, everybody. I hope we've been staying safe, making good choices. It is a Thursday today, and we are trying out a demo for Death Faeology, and I'm really excited. And can we just take a moment? Two things. One, can we appreciate the fact that the screen for their start screen perfectly matches my overlay? I have been giggling the entire time as I've been staring at it like so I've been very excited about it. And secondly, I'm gonna have you guys sit with the music for 2 seconds. I'm gonna turn it up slightly. Hang on. Can you just appreciate how much of a banger this is? Hang on. Right? Like, it's a banger. I've been listening to it for like while I was getting ready, and normally with a lot of games I just kind of mute it so that I don't hear it, and then I just do what I need to do. But I've been having this as my little background music while I've been doing things, and I'm like, oh, it's getting me in the mood to like do things, you know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling ready. Oh wait, shit. Also thank you so much for the first day. Thank you. The way that you were like on it with that one was crazy today. I didn't even get to pin my message. I was like, whoa. And then thank you for the check-in to Theo, to Leave, to Ake, and to Mari. Thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this down a bit because this is very loud for you guys now. Here you go. All right, how are we feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm running off of like no sleep, but like I'm feeling brave about it. But we're so brave. If I say things wrong today, it's not my fault. I was simply first. You were like on top, like it was a Theo on top moment because you were not letting anyone take that. And honestly, you're so real for that. I like, it's just for you, for real. First now belongs to you, TM. I need to start doing like a collection counter for first so that we can count how many times people get first. I think that would be funny. Would you guys like that if I did that? Kind of like how the check-ins work, but it's so exclusive once only. I could probably do that. I haven't checked any of the settings as we go into this, by the way, so it'll be fine. What is your name? I should like full name myself. That's Caps. Nope. Marielle. Okay, can I spell my name? Oh my god. Okay, sorry, I'm fixing this. Reset leaderboard weekly. Oh, that would be insane. I wonder if I could do that. Hang on. I'm touching things. There we go. What do you mean, Cassie? Insane. Alright, watch this. I'm full naming myself. It's fine. We're cooking, we're chefing. Okay. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I also remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. A reference to the Cottingley fairies is one I can understand, since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned Faeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I gotta take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. I love Oz's. I like the little eyes. That's the... There's a specific type of moth that does that, isn't there? I know the name of it and I'm blanking on it. Hang on. Hang on. Anyway. The Cottingley fairies again. Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poisoned apples. We don't care much for human princesses. But making poisoned apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that fae folk is capable of more than that? At the same time showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you. Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never! I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on a break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Marielle, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you, or will you not, accompany me to this year's last gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes and invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by the way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do write to me sometime before Saturday. That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'd hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Biology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krause hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened. I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. Oh, it's our fault. Okay. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you've told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Yet, you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. Nope! The letter is signed, Yours Everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged themselves in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie! My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor? Yes, Minnie. Were you talking to yourself again? That's right. You know me. I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? That police detective from the newspapers. Police detective? Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can? In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. Detective Theodore Kraus? Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by the magic of the fairy tales I'm malign, the ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? That depends. Is a liar like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. Damn, he drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do? What? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? Bitch. I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? I think they're exes. Oh, I think this is... Ooh, oh no. Oh dear. Oh my god. There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. Oh, there's tea. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He allowed a deep sigh that rather sounds like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left. Even that oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? I'm gonna take the box. I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I had forgotten what his hand feels like. I was only kidding. Although you really haven't changed much, have you? You just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither of you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tell of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course he did. So what's really in the box? Want to take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face... rather face the Alchemist Gang and take their bullets and have to see you again. Wow, took the words right out of our mouth. Gee, that stings a little. So why would you... Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my. It seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. There it is! Yeah, they are so exes. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments, because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? Tease him or ask more about his thoughts? Let's be nice. I know this must be hard for you, but I can't help if you don't say anything. Girl, he's so lame, thank God she broke up with him. Real! She's gonna find someone new and he's gonna get weird about it, trust me. He sighs. You're right. As difficult as it is to admit, the things you've told me before about fairies and whatnot might have helped to make sense of this case. But I have to say, for the sake of my sanity, I still don't believe they exist. Fair enough. He appears pleasantly surprised by my answer, as though he was expecting a quarrel right around the corner. Never date a man who would let Tinkerbell die. I do believe in fairies. I do. It's insane. So true. Good facts today. Little did he know, I have learned that it's moot to try to explain the otherworldly beings to him. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under the breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be. Not the seriousness until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge into whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So, tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death, he pauses. This is where the fairies came in. He silently stares and then sighs. I swear I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Yeah, okay, that's very, like... Why are you doubting this? I don't think a human can do that, bro. I think we look at that and we go, okay! Like, you're telling me you've seen a person become bony tissue overnight, and you're like, but I don't believe in fairies. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Brr. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. That rules so hard though. Yeah, like, that's crazy. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? The city's already running on fumes. Crime's becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rise in crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet, I am unsure of what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. No matter the cost, no matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlives in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. He curls his lip into almost a smile. I don't mind at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. Alright, let's get down to brass tracks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples, which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting? Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow cause these oddities. But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, nothing had been stolen. Motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for the possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yes, of course. They're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turns sour at full tilt. Who? That man? I said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly, but doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off and always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course. He's always got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. He is still jealous! Oh my god, Theo wants me so bad. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? Oh my god, he is jealous. Hey, now. I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel. But it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or the energy to argue with him. What should I do? Try to make him see reason or explain the truth about the relationship with Mr. Henkel. I don't think he's gonna see any reason ever. Let's try and re-explain it. We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. Shifra! Thank you for the check-in! Thank you, thank you! Hello, Mama! Hi, hi, hi! I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know. Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Bye, thank you for the check-in! Thank you, thank you! Hello, hello, how are you today? Sure, I believe you. No, he doesn't. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right. It's not my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case? That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood? He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if through your investigations you can prove solid theories on 3 things: the culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives, supported by evidence, of course, I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation. An earthly one, for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that we have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare take on this challenge? Do I? I was like, are they about to let us say no? Accept the challenge, I'll help even without being challenged. I'll take the challenge, fuck you. Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin to his almost consistent brooding expression. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Aye, sir. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. I ought to get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. How do you... Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I hear the door closed. Hey! I exclaim with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again, now that we're all alone. That was quite the reunion. It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know. But I've already agreed. Very well. Just don't overwork yourself. Yeah. Thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. A victim's manner of death, hardened into bony tissue, could be one of the fairy curse's ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this, and which one. But it is not that simple. Even if they are my longtime companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a paper and a pen, and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Yeah! More fruitful than they have been in the centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. I can't read today! Believe it or not, I have been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Lois Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? Be apologetic. I still don't have a definitive answer for you at present, I'm afraid. I sincerely apologize for my indecisiveness. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I've now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Kraus as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? He and I are old news. As for Theo, I've long since stopped dwelling on him. I thought of him and I as a relic of the past, and I feel no regret in having ended it when I did. Upon signing off, I seal the letter with wax. I then turn toward my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed. Time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. I like Oz. Oz is a skrunky. He hasn't changed and he has no chance. Exactly! If you ended it for a reason. If you broke up, they haven't changed, and they're clearly still getting jealous over the tiniest little things, and you're not even dating at that point, and he's getting jealous? No. Not happening. Not happening. We don't fuck with that. We throw the man out. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How'd it go with the detective? Theo, you're so real for that. Theo, you are so real for that, honestly. If you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh. Good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a charling match, at least. Yes, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case, I am suddenly engulfed by unexplainable eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. Drag and drop items from the inventory to the desk. Drag and drop items from the inventory to the desk. Select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read insights you've gathered. Okay. Hover the magnifying glass above an evidence to access the information and see the details in it. Use the black light to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end the investigation. Wait, this is sick. Okay, hang on. Wait, this is cool. Hang on. Oh my god. Hang on. Here. We got a nice stack here. And let's... Okay, that's a woman. That's a woman. That's a woman. Okay. Oh, look at her hands. Oh. We know this lady. This is actually so cool. Actually, hang on. Oh, wait. Another further? Wait, this is sick. Hang on. Chat. This is kind of cool. Coin. Okay. Box. Oh, this is an invite. Let's go. Do I have any more? No. Tools. Okay. I got a book. Wait, I want to try the... Wait, did you see that? Oh. What's happening? Ooh! Ooh, wait! It went... Hang on. That's cool. Oh. I've seen this before. This is a parasitic fae. A failed transformation magic. Look at him! We got a bug! Look at him! Wait, can I go back to this? That's so cool. How did they do that? What the hell? Are you... That's cool though. Wait. That's sick. It's like the second you actually hover over it. I'm sorry. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna look back in. Sorry. How about this? Do you have anything? Ooh! I saw some. Ooh, 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 ooh. We saw something. Hang on. Come here. That one. Saw something on their hands. And then, watch this. We then... Tools. Magnifying glass. So this middle-aged woman in the collared blouse is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. This elderly woman wearing the cardigan is her mother, I suppose. This bespectacled man is perhaps her brother? If I do this, and then if I do this. Okay. That's cool. Look at that! I can make it bigger! Wait, that's sick! Like small? And then... Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't do that again. I've seen this makeup powder somewhere recently. From Nectar Bell. This must have belonged to one of them, but which? I wonder if the owner likes the box design and carrying it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has something interesting insight since her family owns this brand. Ooh. Can I open it or anything? I like the noise it makes. Can I open it? Okay. You cannot open it, but it does make a cool noise. Is an Aurum Wonder over magnifying glass working? Nature is healing? Okay, but hear me out. That was cool, though. You have to admit. Audrey Wooldridge, age 51 years old. Manner of death, hardening into bony tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, around 1 p.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. No traces of drugs or poison from what could be extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Wooldridge. Now that's a familiar name. Is it this woman here? A wedding ring seems to be made out of gold. Oh, is it pulling from that one? Yep. Okay. The first victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encounter something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. Hang on. Hi, Maury! I'm alive. Are you winning? I am going through... This is sick as hell. Like, I am going through an insane time. I need to show you something cool. Hang on. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. Watch this, Maury. Watch this. Ready? So, see these people here? Oh, they have things on their hands. But oh my god, it's too far away to see it. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Right? And then I'm gonna do this. And I can see it in bigger. How cool is that? They layer! Okay, so we've read that one. Is there anything on this one? Oh, they have a thing! What's that on her hand? She has something on her hand too! Wait, I don't care about you right now. I care about you. That's so cool. And then, Maury, watch this. So, I have a ring here, right? And then. The second I hover over it, look, it changes with it. It's so cool. I can't figure out how they're doing it, but that's fucking sick as hell. I'm obsessed with this, actually. This woman's gonna have the ring and something on her hand. This seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion. It's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than should be possible. Almost drained of color. Something's odd with her fingers. Give me the thing. Or not? Okay. Is this the woman that had the iron drained from her body? I think this is the woman with the iron drained from her body. Okay, so they're connected. These two. Nope, these two. So these two, that's that woman there, I think. And then no, I don't know where I was going with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, you're right, she does. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They both do. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they've got 5. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at... book. Move across. I put too many things on my desk at once, and we're kind of suffering from it. Some Faeologists have applied Darwin's theory of natural selection to Faekind by putting them in the same genealogical line as insects, especially the Lepidoptera group. Oh my god! Which includes moths and butterflies. This is supported by their similarities to each other. Beneath a special black light, some species of butterflies can glow by having a chemical known as phosphorus, which fairies also have. Do you glow, sir? You do. I saw something on their hands. I don't care about them right now. I care about him. He glows. He's got the red on him. That's so fascinating. Okay, so he glows. The similarities of fairy kind to insects, as well as birds and others in the animal kingdom, manifest in terms of the variance of fairies' magical abilities. One magical skill possessed by some fae is transfiguration, which is similar to metamorphosis. Wielders of transfigurative spells can make themselves or fellow fae take on another form, including appearing human. Many high faes have heightened powers of suggestion through the emission of toxins capable of causing hypnosis or illusions. Although quite rare, some high faes can transform living beings into solid objects, such as stone or bone, which we're seeing in this girly pop. Another example of fae magic is invisibility, which is similar to camouflage. There may be other types of magical powers that have not yet been documented. There are two main factions of high fae, the scribe and the warriors. The scribes are known for their defensive magic and their intelligence. The warriors are known for their power and their offensive magic. Meanwhile, the low fae faction is comprised of faes with limited parasitic magic. They are a widely maligned species that like to consume human blood, hormones, and even souls. They consume hormones? Huh. The history of fae class conflict is not very well documented. It appears that there are quarrels between these factions, as there is a certain level of disdain for the other faction. However, disputes also occur between fairies of the same faction. Nonetheless, both factions of high fae deem parasites despicably low fae due to the limited and parasitic nature of their magic. Fae HRG, I'm glad you said it and not me! All fairy kind seem to be weak against iron. Although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. The intricate use of iron, combined with physics and chemistry, is applied by Faeologists to develop a special black light to detect and distinguish the magical essence of the three main types of fae. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue, warrior magic red, and parasitic magic purple or violet. Okay. Sustained blacklight illumination on an object imbued with fairy magic may reveal intricate details of certain complex spells. So he's violet and red. What kind of red? Okay. I would say that red is that red there. And that purple... like that purple there. So... he got attacked by a red. He got attacked by a warrior to lose that wing. And he's parasitic. This is parasitic with a little bit of red. These... why did it disappear? No, no! I didn't mean to... oh. Wait, maybe that's intentional. We're so back. Hang on. That was not intentional. No. I'm sorry, devs. I'm sorry. This is my apology note. I'm so sorry for who I am as a person. Anyway, we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. That didn't happen. Don't bully me, chat. Don't bully me now. I can't live like this. Okay. So we know that a lot of them have blue. which is the same kind of blue as what's on here. Yeah, the middle blue. That's that blue there. Yeah, that's that blue right there. Meaning that is scribe magic right there. Scribe magic appears blue. They're scribed. Nothing on the box there. Okay. I'm telling you, every fucking game I play, and I'm so sorry. I don't know how I do this. I'm so sorry. You name a game, I've broken it in some way. The scribes are high fays who are capable of expressing benevolence and kindness that is similar to humans' kindness, and they tend to be friendlier to humans. Okay, maybe they're like besties. However, this kindness is only shown in the form of favor exchanges, and they do not go out of their way to help others like humans would. The scribe magic that assists humans is contingent upon the favor that humans deliver to them. For example, some scribe fae may use their magic to give blessings to humans who have done very special favors or boons for them via inheritable, invisible markings such as sigils or birthmarks. There you go! These blessings can last through generations. The rumored fae-touched bloodlines have become wealthy and powerful through the decades that have been favored. However, they may also use this magic as a curse, sometimes even deadly, if they feel offended or insulted. Some scribe fairies are also prone to pranks and mischief when they are bored. The high fays of the warrior faction frequently reside in groups and are territorial. They are protective of their troops and tend to be unfriendly towards outsiders, especially if they come from the scribe faction, or are human. They will smite anyone who interferes with their group. Humans entering their territory, even if accidentally, may face elimination through the warrior's offensive magic. Although fairy warriors typically remain within their own kind and seldom venture beyond the boundaries of the fairy realm, they are known for their aggressive temperament and volatile disposition. Caution is strongly advised when encountering and interacting with these beings. Fairies with limited magic consistently need to feed off another source of energy, mostly drained from humans, such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. However, the mechanisms and rates at which these drained processes occur are greatly varied. Not only are they HRT, these are your antidepressants. They feed off your emotions. Are they just gonna take away like your depression? Because like maybe we're not understanding how good these parasitic fairies are actually. Changeling, hang on. There are unconfirmed rumors that some high fays like to capture humans and bring them into the fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction servitude, ritualized combat for their amusement, and so on. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. A changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed. When they're present, everyone gets a parasite. It's like a reward. A changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Whenever I hear changeling, I can only think of the MLP. Whenever I hear the D&D changeling, and I'm like, oh my god, bro. Due to the complexity of the fae, magic required to create a changeling, the enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. Nearby heat conductors, such as small metallic objects, also have been known to repel to warp. You're a changeling. You're a changeling. Okay. Include an extra finger and an extra toe. You've got an extra finger. And you've got an extra finger. So these are changelings. They're changelings. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got normal amount of hands. So you actually just got killed. You're actually dead for the sake of... You were killed for the love of the game. 1. Okay, hang on. Come here. Okay. I've read this. 1, 2, 3... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Which one was the one with the thing? It's you. Okay. So these two are Fey touched in some way. They're Fey touched. And that one's, I think, dead. I think that's the dead one. One of these is the dead one. But you're... Nope, not you. You're changelings. Heat conductor such as small metallic objects. Well, it can't be that. That's not metallic. It's gold, so it's pretty. Okay, they're beefing. Oh, is that the end? Damn. I was really enjoying my book. Can I put it away? Okay, you can go here. Okay. So we'll put that there. You're dead for the love of the game. You guys all got invited. That's that. That's our little friend. That's that. That, okay. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Alright, case file. Oh, do these not open? Oh. Wait. Oh, okay, I have to, okay, that's me. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Hang on. Susan Moore, age 40 years old. Refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Okay. An affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No traces of drugs or poison. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Blood does not contain iron. Okay, so that's you. The case file number 2 is you. There. Speed, thank you for the check-in. Thank you. How are you today? Wait, who's invited again? Show me. My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. Okay. You're just not gonna tell me. That's fine. Love of the game. Mary Hatcher, 19 years old. Death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Time of death around... Okay, maybe that's you then. A young factory girl. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim's profile, she has been preliminarily included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the third victim shortly before the victim's death. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. She hardly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Prior to death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping followed by diarrhea and vomiting, consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Traces of said poison can be found in blood, type A, in the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. Blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Well, that's a good... Okay, so that's you. I failed to make instant soup, so you can say I'm in peak condition. Speed. I'm so sorry to ask, but how? I'm curious. How did you do that? I'm curious. Like, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I'm so curious. I need to know, actually. Did you, like, boil it too long? Michael, thank you for the check-in. Thank you, thank you. Okay. That's you. Here's file 3. 51, hardening into bony tissue. Okay. And then that's you. So then this is you up there. Audrey Baldridge, 51, hardening. Okay, no? Okay. That's you. And then you can go up there. Edna Niblet, 64. Gnawing her own fingers down to the bone. Oh. I dumped the instant soup powder in boiling water and it instantly cooked into a massive starch ball. No. I tried to destroy it with my bare hands, but it was a bad idea. In the boiling water? No. Say psych right now. Oh, that's rough. Friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend also wanted to check on the victim's well-being as she had allegedly been acting strange at the party. Emotionally charged conversation. I fished it out first. Oh my god. Speed. No. Oh my god. Okay. Blood does not contain iron. Blood does not contain iron. So the changelings are them. They're changelings because they don't have any iron in their body. They are ironless. Right? This is our little friend. Right? And they're like beefing. My thought is they were beefing. He's come to be a parasite. Ooh, there's so much for me to eat here because I need to feed off of things. Oh my god. And then things got fucked up. Okay. Am I right? What do I do now? End investigation. I show you an end. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to. Hang on. Why did you ask me like that? Did I miss something? Hang on. Hang on. Is that? Yep. And we looked at that. Yep. We've done that. We've done that. Was there something on here? Nope. Mari, as a cockroach, you jiggling that corpse in front of us is worth fucked up. Yeah, he's just a little guy. So he's a fae. So he's like a little dude. And when you hover over it, he's like super fucked up. This fae can hold so much consuming of human hormones and emotions. Because parasitic fae eat human emotions and hormones. And like your soul as well. But I just am really like locked in on the emotions and like... and like hormones. That for some reason is really like... that one's kind of locked in for me. Wait, what was the other one? Hang on. There was something else I can do. Blood. They also eat your blood. Look, all I'm saying is, there is a market. Dude, this man spreading even in Fae Death is crazy! I just think he's a fun little guy. We found him as a coin, and then we put him under this light, and then suddenly, bang! Dude is there. I love him. He's like, a little bit fucked up. And, see this little red bit? That means he got into a fight and lost with a warrior fairy. Because they have color values. So, we can say... Okay. We can say that... It's like, warrior magic is red and parasitic magic purple or violet. Violet, not violent. But he's also violent, so, you know, still the same thing. And, like, he's got the violet going on, so that's him. And I don't have a name for him yet. I don't know if he has a name, so we can still come up with a name for Buddy. Because he's a little guy. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we're gonna... Okay, hang on. One more time. Okay. One of them likes the makeup. One of them had a ring. One of them ate her fingers until she died. And she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's a changeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She also a changeling? Hang on. 1, 2... Oh, she's also got 6, because that's not a thumb. She's also got an X. So she's also a changeling. Hang on. That changes everything. That's a changeling. That's a changeling. Where's that other woman? You. Where is she? No, she's still got 5. She's unrelated. She just knew too much. They had to get rid of her. She was just too powerful. Okay, so these are changelings because they said that changelings get extra limbs. Not limbs. Oh, not limbs. Fingers or toes. Maybe she has an extra toe that we don't know about. But I'm not going to be the one to check her grippers. That needs to be someone else. So... Okay. So far, she's not included in this. But these 3 are changelings. And so they had to die. That means their actual person is stolen. Case closed, I win. The game's like, alright, you've been here for so long, it's nighttime. Oh, felt that. Officer, I need to see the victim's toes for reasons, Detective Freak. Wouldn't you be Detective Freak because you're Speed Freak? That's crazy. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Okay, tell me I'm slow again. I'm in. My assistant enters the office. Hi! Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yes, she's just out the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. No, Detective Freak is my father. Just call me Freaky is insane. Oh my god. Mini nuts. She returns to the reception area. Whoa! Hey! Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It's been only 3 years since she has worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there is no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related? Her question prompts me to ask myself to what extent of the case can I divulge to her. Theo did say that I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting! Are you working with the police? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're safe. Does this mean we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in newspapers, aren't we? And not in the usual corner spots too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she is excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. This specific sound is familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. Special delivery. Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She is currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh. Hello, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know, I can't share all that much with Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor, then all the secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, I'm not buying that one, not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well now, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Go get a drink. Okay. Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps this is why you are such an effective educator. Ew, no. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guard down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. No, Florence, don't leave me. No, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. Why isn't Florence romanceable? That's what I'm saying! She came on the screen and I went, I am going to cry. Is she married? Is she single? Can she be single? Can she be for me? It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. We're picking Florence! Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemist side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup and evidence. She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elite. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for an interview. His connections within high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Can she be single? Mari says, planning to kill her husband. Look, I'm just saying. I've been told that I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One of my friends, I am referred to as their future second wife because I'll never know what happened to the first one. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Since he has been funding my research for a long time, he is also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Dr. Rayford. Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Rayford glances at me, and then at Mr. Henkel, and then back at me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. Are you sure, Professor? I let out a resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. I think it's a reward. Yes. When I address my patron once more, regret colors my tone. Mr. Henkel, would you mind coming back another day? I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course. I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible. I promise. Mr. Henkel and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron then departs. I'm alone with the chemist again. Oh my god, hang on. That's crazy. I'm gonna take a sip because I need a drink. Hang on. Oh my god, we're alone? That's so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Okay, we're so back. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples and also something more pressing. So it is true. You're working with the police? I suppose. Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case. Oh. Do I sense old flame flickering back to life? No, Florence! Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor! It's not happening, girl! It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but I won't indulge in her playful teasing as there is a more important matter at hand. What do you mean this woman isn't romanceable? What do you mean? She's right here! Wait... I'm asking nicely. Can we change everything? Can I take her? Thank you. I clear my throat. So, I would like to ask you for information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families. Alright. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. Although, I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course. I am adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analyzed are part of the evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let us begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case, while she listens silently all the while. When I finish my summation, she has only one word to say to me. Interesting. Record. Have this. There's no sound to be heard as she stares at the photograph for a little while. I wonder if it is too much for her. Is this Mrs. Wooldridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of the, well... She speaks with her usual sunny lilt, which is quite surprising. Guess she has got a strong stomach. I take her- look, I'm speaking facts. Yes, you're correct. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her and her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the city. The elite of the elites. Accordingly, their circle consists only of a very select people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Oh, unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult matters? It is certainly a possibility. Okay. Can I give you this? My, are you proposing to me, Professor? I mean, would you say yes? Oh my god, is that a yes? Because maybe. I'm afraid my heart. No! 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 She's married! No! Oh! Damn! Still belongs to my late husband. I can hear sorrow seeping into her peppy voice. Quietly, I slip the ring back into the box. So she's saying there's a chance. Oh my god, wait! Where's her back? Maybe there is a chance. Let's go. Do you want to see a bug? I got this bug. A dead bug? Is this part of the evidence? She likes the bug, guys. Yippee. Here, have this. Mrs. Moore? She seems to recognize the victim quite fast. We've met once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Listen, bro is dead. The vows only say till death do us part. Exactly. You're seeing the vision. Occasionally, I would see her and her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Okay. So, we've done that one, we've done that one. Do you want to see this one? Oh yes, I know her. Although I can't seem to recall her name. Mrs. Niblet. That's right! I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. As usual, the winning bid was hers. The bug was a coin! Hang on. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse since they came from God knows where. You are a genius. Can you tell me about this woman? Do you happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no. I do not know her. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by quite the gruesome photographs. Wonder if she has seen worse deaths caused by chemicals. Although, even if I had seen worse, I doubt I could muster such cheer. Never realized this peculiar side of her. I mean, if she works in the medical field, that makes sense. Let's be for real. This is a family photograph of the Wooldridges. Ah, yes. It was everywhere in the papers when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful social elites. The other man here is Mrs. Wooldridge's stepbrother. Do you know anything about these people? Aside from being famously wealthy and well-known, not particularly. How about this one? This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them? Well, I've heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, from whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Then she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur. I'm glad that we, said out of love. I'm pretty sure that's a good distinguishing part to get married. They were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Dr. Rayford seems to know more about Mrs. Moore than she let on earlier. While she sounds quite sympathetic, I can somehow sense a hint of jealousy in her voice. Oh, wait, we're beefing? Hi, this is your parents. Ah, my parents' greatest achievement. It's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup. How popular is this powder among high society? The powder has been the craze lately among the upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement. Well, I'd be. Here, do you want to come with me? This is tomorrow's gala. I'll not be going there since the opera is playing. I didn't know you were into opera, Doctor. My late husband and I used to go there for one of our date nights. Sadness leaks through her eyes, even though her smile stays bright. It's okay, I'll go with you. I hadn't the faintest she'd been married before. Speaking of which, I spotted Detective Krause at the Met during last month's performance. He appeared to be enjoying the opera, accompanied by an attractive, tall blonde woman. Good for him! Maybe he is getting over it. It was quite the unexpected sight. I never took him for an admirer of opera. Well, that's a new one on me. Do you want this? Ah, yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it, that it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all? Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in a red-colored blood? Shale! Oh my god, hi! Welcome! Thank you for the check-in! Hello! How are you today? Sadly, no, I'm just as puzzled myself. Look at this pretty woman on my screen. Isn't she so lovely? Her name is Florence. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample. Yes, that was reported by the forensics team too. One wonders who could have done such a thing to the poor girl. Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time. Not since the university contract. Shale. I mean her! Look at her! Her name, she's so cool. But I'm sure the detectives have asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? I thought I was gonna riz her, and she's like, oh, by the way, my late husband. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I gave her a ring, and she's like, are you proposing to me for this? Because we're currently investigating a murder. And she made a joke of it, and I was like, oh my god. Wow, wouldn't that be crazy? And she goes, sorry. I've done my best to put all the details there, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample. Okay, we've given her everything. Okay, end interview. Thank you. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now. Is that so? Well, alright. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod. Bye! I miss you. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. Oh wait, here we go. Shale, are you ready for this? My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. We also are a big fan of Minerva in this household. We've had her for an hour and a half, and we're going crazy over her. Is there anything else I can do to help? Right? I agree, honestly. No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Okay. See you tomorrow, Professor. Wait, I'm gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we can't see the other hand, so we can't be sure. But just in case. Have a safe trip home. On wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. Like, we can't be sure, you know? I have some time until I have to wrap up my workday and head home from the office. Okay. No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Okay. We're coming back to this. Can I have the blood samples? And this. There are things. So, let's pull out the bug again. Tools. 1, 2. Okay. What? Ooh, wait. Hang on, which one is that? Is that the arsenic one? No, it's the blood one. Okay, no iron. I read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. Okay. Arsenic, huh? Okay, that's the arsenic one. So there's no traces on there. She's just her. What is triggering that thing? Move over there. What? Where did it go? Hang on. Is it this? Okay. Alright, so that matches him. So they have similar blood. Sick. Hang on. Look. Small amount of iron such in me. Historically cold iron. Consumes human blood, hormones, even souls. Does it anything about their blood color? Wait. Changeling is composed of several Fae, typically of the parasitic type. Ahaha! Yeah! Okay, they are a changeling. Look at that. Perfect. Oh no, I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Wonder if we layer this. Is it because they're layered? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So, that was our arsenic girl. That's him, and that's the changeling. And then, can we... Incident report. This is Dr. Rayford's lab report of the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensics report. While elements similarly found in human blood, this word right here, is my worst fucking nightmare. Similarly is a nightmare. You will hear me fudge that word every fucking lifetime. I'm so sorry. Similarly is how I do it. Like similarly, found whoa. Similarly. It's the You're struggling there. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't fucking say that word in every fucking lifetime. My words just don't do it. Thank you for the stretch. Yippee! And the sip. I'll take a sip. Well, like a metaphor is fucked up. Similarly, seriously, that's fucked up. Similarly. I can't do it. It's the ah. It's the ah. Similarly. There you go. Similarly found. Wow. Similarly. Okay, literally, you look in every single VOD where I have ever had to say that word, I fudge it so fucking hard. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found is in a higher percentage than that in human blood, making it possible for this to be the blood of a fairy. The fourth victim's blood appears to be normal human blood with iron present. Traces of arsenic are also found. Although there is some new information, I had expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. Thank ya! Okay. I'm so smart at this. This is my type of puzzle. It's the next afternoon. Oh shit. We've been drinking. I should be grading assignments. Or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday. Or do anything productive in the realm of this is another word. Professorial, yeah, see? There's some words I cannot say, and it's always that R. If you put an S and an R together, I can't fucking do it. Professorial, oh my god, never mind, I'm continuing. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more toward the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. You don't have to do this. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it comes to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time he came for you bearing his mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping becomes increasingly stern this time, but you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Damn. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know, I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he is the one who needs to solve this case. You're right. Of course you are. I'm not a detective, I am simply a professor sharing my perspective. But Theo, you don't understand. I have to do this. I have to learn how to say words good. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. Is it Theo? That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. Oh my god, this... Are they eyes there? Oh my god, that's crazy. I didn't realize there was a face on the face. That's cool, actually. I didn't realize there was a face on the face. Look at that. Okay, that's sick. To whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I just hit my mic. Oh my god, what is wrong with me tonight? I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in. Oh! My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. Alright, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Theo paces around a bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. Hi, Theo! He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learnt? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfolded. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behaviors shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seems she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the manner of death. He interrupts me before I can finish. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning. They said they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Hell yeah, there is! Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics since I'm pretty sure you've discarded the thing I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies. Warrior, Scribe, and Parasitic Fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribes' magic tends to be defensive, and parasitic magic as well. Parasitic. We, Faeologists, have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of Fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. When was the Blacklight invented? Hang on. Wait. When was Blacklight invented? The early 1900s. In 1935. Wait, that's cool! So they've made it so that Blacklight in this game was just before it actually was created. That's really cool. Actually, I kind of like that. Okay, I see. That's a really cool little detail. Okay. Warrior magic glows red, Scribe magic blue, and Parasitic magic shines purple. I've found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Parasitic. They're of the parasitic class. What is the evidence? Ah! I didn't mean to! Wait! Wait! I was just clicking to get to the next spot! No! Hang on. Settings. I can't go back. I can't go back! To save us, too late now! Fuck. No! How does this prove parasitic involvement? I slot the blood samples beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see, it glows under the black light. I can see the purple traces, but what about this red glow? Taking a moment to collect my thoughts. You're right, I must have missed it. What else you got? Don't see a dead fae. How does this prove parasitic involvement? It's there! For the dead fae beneath the black light. There's a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows under the black light. Is this dead bug the one behind the murders? And I can see the purple traces, but what about this red glow? He's right. I feel like I didn't think this through. You're right. It appears I should reinvestigate. Theo let out a long sigh. The look on his face says it all. He's profoundly disappointed. Swallow back a lump rising in my throat. Clearly you haven't been thorough in your investigation. Either you're missing important things, or you just don't take this as seriously as I thought. I do take it seriously. I could just reinvestigate. Hard to get any sentence out of my mouth. No words of mine could ease the way he sees me now. It doesn't matter. We're running out of time. Couldn't find proof of it being unusual drugs or poison either. Even the most atypical drugs could cause this kind of bizarre hallucinations. No poisons could turn the whole body into hardened bones. His eyes narrow on me, full of quiet accusations. Honestly, I can't believe this. You've dedicated many, many years to the study of forensic Faeology, and this is all you have to show for it? What are you... I know you're clever, capable, competent, but you ought to consider changing your field. Fuck you, Theodore! Fuck you! You're not cut out for forensics. I feel like I'm starting to see reds. Red. I can't believe he's bringing up my profession this way. I know I messed up. Okay, one of those isn't even my fault. One of those isn't even my fault. I was clicking up here to get to the next thing and you just threw the options at me. You just crossed a goddamn line. He knows I tried my best given the limited time, but he just keeps hammering away. It hits me all over again how easy it is for him to make me feel really small. I'm just laying down the facts. He says it so nonchalantly, as if he doesn't see the effect of his opinion on me. Can't do this anymore. My anger is beyond containment. I never want to see you again. Get out! Fine by me. I don't plan on ever coming back to this office anyhow. Upon picking up the box of evidence, Theo turns to leave. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. He slams it. I find myself striding restlessly in my room, seething with frustration. Perhaps this is for the best. After all, there's a reason I walked away, and it's all coming back to me. As I was steadying my breath to calm down, I realized something. I haven't explained Dr. Rayford's finding on the blood samples, how it could be fairy blood, and the significance of the scribe sigils of prominent families. She gave me additional information too, on the victims as well as the popularity of the makeup. I didn't have the chance to tell him all that. Well, so be it. I'm not going to write him or telephone him. Perhaps I'll just write an anonymous letter to the homicide department. But first, I ought to finish grading the assignments that I neglected yesterday. It's been an hour and a half since I forced myself to get back to work, yet my anger hasn't subsided. Then it strikes me. I'm no more angry at Theo than I am at myself. How did I fail this? Why wasn't I thorough enough? Still, that doesn't give him the right to talk to me like that. I bury my face in my hands as I realize that I've merely been spinning in circles. Professor? Is this a bad time? No, come here. I look up at her in shock. When did she get in? I knocked, then waited for a minute. It then occurred to me that perhaps he didn't hear me. Oh, sorry. My mind is more than a little preoccupied. The detective had an intensely brooding expression when he left. I figured that the meeting didn't go well. I can stay longer today if you need to talk. Thanks, Minnie. I'm not sure about talking, but I could use some company. We're so in! Of course, Professor. Would you like me to fetch us a bottle? Sure. Any preference? Whichever bottle is biggest. Or whichever has the highest alcoholic content. Bottle blues, yippee! We're so in! Ah! Hang on. Run it back. We missed part of it already. Run it back. Let's redeem it. What is the evidence? Makeup. How does this prove parasitic involvement? Also, hi Daisy! How are you today? When trying to remember how I've come to this conclusion, I've realized there are no magic traces in this compact case. Hold on a moment. It seems I was mistaken. What else you got? Third victim's blood sample. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I select the blood sample belief. Oh, wait! That's the fucked up one that I did! Ah! Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, hang on. She gave me additional information too on the victims as well as popularity. Didn't have a chance to... Okay, we've done this. Okay. That's the same one. How's the VN treating you? I apparently have the bottle blues right now. We're going through it. We're going through it. It's fine. This is a really good VN, by the way. I recommend... We're playing the demo right now, and this shit is sick. What is the evidence? Photographs. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I recall that there are no magic traces on the crime scene photographs, but rather on the family photographs. Put down the crime scene photographs and hover the black light on them one by one. Can you see the glowing sigil on some of the victims' left hands? Yes, I can see it. I thought parasitic magic is supposed to be purple. He's right. The sigils are blue, and they are protective boons from the scribe. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. What else you got? The ring. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I place the ring beneath the black light. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple under the black light. But what about this red glow? He's right. How did I not see this? We did see it! You're right. It seems I missed it. Oh my god, we are literally stuck in a spot where we're not gonna come through. No! Okay, hang on. Oh no! My inability to save has beat me in the ass. Marie! Hang on. It's fine. Okay, we're back. Okay. Marielle 2.0. No, Marielle on top. Nope. Okay. Marielle 2.0 because she's better than ever. Watch this. Are you ready for this? So chat, how are we doing today? We've done that one. We're going with the same thing. That one. That was the same one. We're just picking all the same answers. Explain the truth. Accept the challenge. Marielle 2.0, she's gonna do better. I have my bot send messages to remind me to save. That's so smart. Be realistic. Be apologetic. He and I are old news. Fuck you, Theo. Door. Oh my god, I need to have distinctions now. I don't want Theo to think they're catching strays. Okay, wait. Daisy, look at how cool this is. Wait, ready? So I'm gonna grab stuff from the desk right now. So I have a coin. And I have a ring. And I have an invite. And then I also have this dead body here. And I also have a dead body here. Right? Watch this. So I can grab a black light, and I can grab this. And, oh my goodness. Wait, hang on. I can also grab this painting here. The painting picture. That's a picture, not a painting. We're so good at words today. Okay, so. I swear I do. Oh my god! That's so crazy! Oh my god! See, the last time I gave this ring box to someone, she told me no! I'm winning! Let's fucking go. Okay, now watch this. Ready? This is sick as hell. So, oh my god, there's things on their hands. Oh my god. But they're too small. So I can grab the magnifying glass, put it on here, and then watch this. How cool is that? I swear that is the coolest thing. So you can like zoom in. And then, oh my god, look, this person has... Okay, let's take it off. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. And then, oh my god. That's literally bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa! And then I can do this. Whee! There's purple and a little bit of red. That's crazy. Remember that. Purple with a little bit of red. And then I can grab this coin and watch this. What's happening? And like, oh, look at that. The coin's a little bit fucked up. But then if I do it again. Watch this. 6 fingers one is just AI. That's crazy. Oh no. I've seen this before. This is Parasitic Fae. So here's our little guy. So we've now got this little dude, right? He's doing a little dancey dance. He's dead. So we put him there. And we're like, damn, we have all of these things. And then I can grab this book. Because we love reading. And this is everything about Fae. So we can then grab him, put him there. And then we start reading, right? And we learn that they have beef. There's Scribes and the Warriors for High Fae, and then there's Parasitic Fae. And then we learn that each Fae has colors. So Scribe magic appears blue, Warrior magic red, and Parasitic magic purple or violet. So Parasitic with a little bit of fucking beefing warrior ones. This one, a little bit of red, they got into a beef. And then purple for the rest of it. We can compare those colors there. So he's like that one with a little bit of that one, right? So we're like, okay, that's their magic. But then on the hands, it was that really nice blue color, which is that blue right there. So it's like, okay, that's like the good people. Or Fae, technically. And then it goes through talking about how the Fae work. And then they're like, parasitic Fae. And we were fucking losing it at this. This is actually really funny. Fairies with limited magic consistently need to feed off other sources of energy, mostly drained from humans, such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. So we're just gonna, if everyone has a parasite, they're just gonna feed off of our negative emotions. And that's like free antidepressants. We're never being sad again. This is like, we need to capitalize on this. There is a market for this. We just tell them, hey, can you like not drain the life force and the blood and instead just focus on the negative feelings? And then we're winning. That is like, we make a deal, handshake on it. And we go, if you betray us, we're gonna stick iron on you, so don't be a little silly guy. And then we profit. I think we could make so much money out of this. And then, oh my god, those six-handed individuals... Six-handed? Six-fingered individuals. Wow, that's crazy. Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. They have an extra finger. We can't be sure about the grippers though, and I'm not gonna check. But, an extra finger. So we've done all of this, like, across a lot of other things. And this is why and how you can turn Minecraft into a capitalist dream. Did you know that the happy gas in Minecraft is done in a way that it is only a solid surface on the top when you stand on top of it? So if you were to say put like a couple of entities, like a pig or a cow or a horse on top of it and then jump off, they would then fall through. So technically speaking, if you build a dirt fucking hole at a height where you can have it level to the ground and like keep it constantly attached by a lead, you could have a permanent walkway in front of your house where anything that tries to get into your house that is not a human entity will just fall through to their death. I'm just saying. I saw a short about that. There's potential there. Yes, you're turning a living creature into a literal doormat, but like, it works. You're never gonna have to deal with a creeper or a fucking baby zombie ever again. I'm just saying, and I'm telling you now, I'm really ethical in Minecraft. I only do really good decisions in Minecraft. I'm like really nice. I don't have any issues. Oh, it makes us do all of it. Oh no. Oh shit, we have to redo all of this proper. Hang on. I know all of this. Please. Maybe if I just pull everything out. No? You're gonna make me do it? Okay. Okay. We can lock in. Look it. Oh, that's how you know. Okay. Yep. And then, okay. We're just gonna chuck them all into the corner as we do them so that we keep track. Nothing. Nothing. But we can look at this. Yep. And then this one. Yep. Hi, Theo! Theo experiencing the horrors when it's not even Minecraft. I think I am not terrifying when it comes to Minecraft. I think I am just an angel. I'm so good at it, trust me. I'm just so friendly. I'm just a funny little creature. My Twitch has been hanging freezing. I'm wondering why I wasn't hearing your voice stream. I've been having that issue when I try and watch other people's streams, and it's been a nightmare for me lately. So I'm glad that it's not just me, but I also hate that it's also happening on my streams. That's fucked up. Because like, I'm getting 0% dropped frames, 60 frames per second. Everything is looking real clean on my end. My whole life is a series of horrors being afflicted upon me. Oh my god, so true, actually. Fucking relatable content. So real for that. Okay. Makeup powder. So now we know that we don't fuck up. Okay, gold ring. By clicking buttons before it's time. Poor girl. Was there something that we needed to view on this one? Hang on. Wait, what's that on her hand? I realized we didn't do this properly. There we go. So she's got the thing on her hand too. So we put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Put that one there. Oh, I'm making things disappear again. I'm so sorry. I'm breaking everything. Whenever you do make SMP server, I hope it is also community because I want to see firsthand. I think the copper golem stuff is going to be so funny. Like, it's gonna be so fucking funny when I get my hands on that finally. Having someone else do all the sorting for me that's, like, not Mori, because I feel bad when Mori has to fix up my mistakes. Oh, it's gonna be so good, actually. Trust me. I also don't think I'm gonna ever do another community as, like, server, because they're just too hard to, like, maintain properly. Because sometimes people give out the thing to people that shouldn't be in there, and then we have complete strangers who join with no way of knowing who they are, and then they do things that aren't quite great, and then you have to deal with that. Yippee! Okay, an investigation. Confirm. What did I have to fix? The sorting on the chest items. Okay. Oh, Florence, I missed you. Dr. Rayford. Okay. Record. Marry me. She hates me. This is this. I like that they make you do all of it so that you don't actually, like, forget any of them and miss out. Because I did not realize they did that at first. I just thought that end investigation was there, like, the entire time. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but, like, she doesn't like my bug. I like that they're like, hey, now that you've done it, now you can go away. Remember to save this time. Hell yeah! I'm gonna save. Trust me. I'm gonna be so good about it. And we're gonna get the good ending. Hi. Okay. Hang on. Oh, wait, it doesn't do it at the end. Wait, that's sick. I thought it was doing it at the end. Here you go. Come on. Thank you, Florence. I love you and your words. I think your words of affirmation are very appreciative. Yes. Thank you. Perfect. And this is the bloods. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're fine. Okay, we're so back. Where is my... Here we go. And then we go. 1, 2. I really love how this looks. I do think this is really cool. Better ending than sharing a drink with a pretty lady at the end. I want one where it's celebratory with her and I. You know, not us being depressed as hell. Would be pretty sick. Okay. Arsenic. Iron in their blood. Okay. Okay, now we got it. And then... Save. Save data. Marielle 2.0. She's back. She's better than ever. Bring him in. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. I'm certain of it. You can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics. We've done this. Warrior, Scribe, and Parasitic. Warriors have strong offensive magic, Scribe magic tends to be defensive, and Parasitic magic is well parasitic. We Phaeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight. Yep. Warrior magic glows red, Scribe magic blue, and Parasitic magic shines purple. Found that seemingly fairies of one species class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? He keeps always bringing up... Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna do Warrior this time. They're of the Warrior class. What is the evidence? The dead Fae. Put the dead Fae beneath the blacklight. This is a dead parasitic Fae. Look, it glows purple and red under the blacklight. I take it their bodies still glow even after they're dead. Correct. It takes a little while until their magic is fully dissipated from the corpse. It honestly just looks like a normal bug to me. Hold on 1 second. I turn to the shelves and pick up one of the boxes containing a deceased insect from my ongoing research. I open the lid and show it to Theo. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. Swiftly, I put it beneath the black light. Normal one doesn't glow, you see. Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderment. Quite interesting. And how does it end up here? A parasitic Fae that fed off the victim's life sources, which became a casualty of murder. Failed transformation magic. The parasitic fae that got warped by a coin due to transformation magic going awry. The coin in the evidence turned into this when I put it under the blacklight long enough, essentially revealing what it really was. For the third victim, Mrs. Niblet. What about her? Mr. Henkel said she has numerous coin collections displayed in all the rooms in her house. That particular coin must have been nearby when she met her fate. I can see a feeling of unease reflected in Theo's expression as he stares at me. I need a moment to digest all this. I nod and take a moment to arrange the box neatly before placing it back on the shelves. What else you got? Third victim's blood sample. How does this prove a warrior involvement? I slot the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see, there's a glow of purple and red under the black light. How do the purple traces, or parasitic magic as you say, have a part in this? The blood is fairy blood. That is because this blood is fairies, and their magic contains traces of their own magic. This is further supported by the blood sample analysis. Fairies' blood has high content of phosphorus, just like reported. Adding to that, the missing iron. Fairies have an aversion towards iron. They don't have it in their blood. They can still, however, withstand the iron in human blood. That's why some parasitic fae like to drink our blood. As I ramble on, Theo listens intently, with a slightly surprised look on his face every time I start a new sentence. To be honest, I'm out of words at the moment. What else you got? The ring. How does this prove warrior involvement? I place the ring beneath the black light. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple and red under black light. But why does it glow purple as well? It's part of transformation magic? The parasitic fae warped into a ring because of it. Nope, that doesn't work because it didn't do it. It's because this ring is a part of transformation magic. When the parasitic fae is transformed into a changeling or human look-alike, high fae magic is able to copy everything, including Mrs. Moore's wedding ring. There's sudden silence in the air as Theo's eyes widen in consternation. What the hell are we dealing with here? He mutters in a voice that is filled with dismay. There appears to be strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Based on what you've shown me, parasitic fairies are one way or another connected to the matter of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies kill the victims. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Warriors directed parasitic underlings to sap life, causing ossification and severe hallucinations. Warriors replaced victims with changelings and killed the changelings with ossification and hallucination spells. Warriors' ossification and hallucination spells killed the nearby parasitic fae. The second one. The warrior high fae used their transformation magic to turn parasitic fae into human lookalikes of the victims, which are often called changelings. Changelings? I take out the crime scene photographs with middle-aged victims and lay them out on the table. Using the magnifying glass, I show the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. Thank you for the ASMR redeem, thank you. This is one of the possible anomalies that is likely to happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used in creating changelings. As famous as these ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing on the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't seem to remember anything like that in the newspapers. Do you? No, me neither. Theo looks away, as though trying to remember all the newspapers he has read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood samples, since the corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. They then murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It is done to cover up what they really did to the real humans. What they really did. Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring, or be employed as a slave, or tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on, are you saying that they might still be alive? there is a chance. Yet, the realm of the fairies is still an enigma, even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university have barely met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying nonetheless. We both fell silent, as though a heavy weight had settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what could be the rationale behind the warrior fairy's actions? I'm gonna save this so he doesn't fucking yell at me again, because we got so well at the start. It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do, since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I've found that warriors are targeting people blessed by the scribes. Warriors murder parasitic fairies because they are despicable low fays. Warriors' hatred towards humans may be the cause. Warriors are targeting people blessed by the scribes. The three middle-aged are blessed by scribe fays, shown by the sigils on one of their hands. I say as I hover the black light on top of the family photographs one by one. I mentioned before that especially strong magic can be seen even through photographs. Yes, I remember. He answers while taking the black light out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. 2 sigils light up on Mrs. Woodridge's family photograph, and 1 on Mrs. Moore's. This sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. Anyway, okay, here we go. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. As you know, the middle-aged victims and their families are often old, rich families that have stayed on top for many decades. I'm gonna get a sip, hang on. That's how strong the magic is. Mrs. Moore was adopted. That's why it's only her who has it. Her late biological parents hailed from a distinguished and affluent lineage. That was some good ASMR. Oh my god, thank you! That's crazy. Theo points at the faces in Mrs. Woodridge's photographs. And he's the biological father, while the other 2 are step-family. I nodded him. I'm positively sure that, should we check into Mrs. Niblet's family photographs, she and her children would display the same sigils. I'll see what I can do. Oh, and it's also meant as a warning for others not to harm that marked human. I guess that warning didn't work in this case, did it? No, it didn't. Well, I suppose this does make sense, and it's a pattern. Yes. This might be targeted murders. He then casts a glance my way with an air of satisfaction around him, and breaks into a smile. Good job. Fuck you! In another lifetime, you cussed me out and stormed out of the building. We're not friends. Considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like the compliment of a lifetime. I feel my confidence is going through the roof. Thank you. Lastly, what have you found on the poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Any connection to fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case files. The blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any signs of fairy magic from the evidence. She mentioned that you might already be collecting purchase records from chemists all over the city. That's right. We're still investigating whether someone has a link to the girl. I see. The chemist's parent owns a cosmetic company that produces the makeup powder in the evidence. She said it is popular among the upper-class ladies, since they've gotten Mary Pickford to do the advertisements. He picks out a small notebook and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I also note down the things we've talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. Of course. Take your time. While Theo is writing, I tidy up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his coat. He heaves a sigh so heavy I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we've started the discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. I always knew you were clever. Fuck you, Theo. But I have to say, you've outdone yourself this time. I'm impressed. From start to finish, you were able to line the evidence perfectly with your theories. Everything makes perfect sense. I can't believe he's saying all this. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Thank you, Theo. It means so much coming from you. Haven't I always told you you'd make a good detective? Yes, he has. It feels nostalgic all of a sudden. Feels like such a long time ago. I got a smirk out of him. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us. But at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail thanks to you. I need to convince the chief and the papers. Though with your findings, it sure would make it a lot easier. If anyone can pull it off, it's you. Even with that ragamuffin look, there's something about you that makes people listen to you and trust you. Well now, you did fall for this, ragamuffin. Try again. And how do you know it wasn't your constant brush with danger that drew me in? Oh, I know. I'm short of a comeback for once. He knows just how to catch me off guard. Right? That's what I'm saying, Shale. All of a sudden, the playful glint in his eyes disappears, replaced by a serious stare. Listen. Might have to bring up your name in my report. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it's possible they'll mention you in Faeology. This is good for your field, of course, but it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. Indeed. You're more than capable of taking care of yourself. I know that very well. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade, and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day has certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to head back to the station. Fancy a drink with me? You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment this time. Just like I promised. Sure. Would you mind waiting until I finish grading a few assignments? Damn it! I was hoping to tell him no. It will take 10 minutes at most. Go ahead. I focus my attention on the assignments. There's a minute of companionable silence. The scribbling of my pen is the only noise audible. Theo then speaks. You know what we should toast to when we drink? What? We should toast to being a good team. We're a team. Are we? Aren't we? Or at least we should be. Your knowledge of the fairies is exactly what we need to make sense of all this mess. And it's not just that. Your talent for investigation is as impressive as they come. If you act as a consultant in a high-profile case like this, you'd be handsomely compensated, of course. Imagine what those funds could do for your phaeological research. So Winnie gets us a drink with... Yeah! Les gets us a drink with a pretty lady! We won, but at what cost? He is a good character, though. Like, I will say, they've written him so well. Like, yeah, he is giving X vibes. Just so you know, Shale, this man is our ex. We dated this man, canonically. God. Oh, I just took that drink. Thank you for the hydrate. That's our ex? Yeah, this is our ex. Theodore is our ex. We dated this man. Oh my god. Maury. But yeah, canonically we have dated this man. And we broke up. And our way of breaking up was by literally just taking all of our stuff and leaving the house. And he didn't even notice for a few days. Apparently it took him a couple of days to realize we'd even moved out of the house. So what do you think? Would you ever consider joining the investigation in an official capacity? I'll consider it. Oh, this one gets a whole image. Okay. Detective Doer, ending number 1. That's crazy. It continues? It's another afternoon in the office. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies. Don't you think, Mr. Henkel? The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm gonna save this really quickly. Look at me, I'm using multiple save slots. My god! Don't listen to me today. I can't speak. Save slots. There we go. I've had someone be a terrible influence on me with this one. The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not so sure about that. It would take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus your research on warrior phase? We have to talk. Ugh. Before I can respond, two individuals suddenly barge into my office. I swear to God, if this becomes a dick-size competition, I'm walking out. Sorry, I tried to stop him but couldn't. Even though I've told him you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Theo as she walks out. What's eating you, Theo? Theo doesn't so much as glance at Mr. Henkel. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh. Oh no. At a glance, I can see the phrase, "Fairies are real, evil is afoot, and fairies killing humans," spelled out in bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It's not the chief's statement that made the front page. It's another bizarre murder. And this time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. She danced until her body gave out. They wrote out all the excessive, grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. Dance till death for a headline on something that catastrophic is so insane and fucked up. And yeah, I would see someone doing that. They've depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts, they even insinuate that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. Need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of this latest incident look similar to what we've uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here. Though, it's still hard to make heads or tails of all of this. Very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say this is significant. Ugh, hang on. I need a sip. Something big might be going on in this land of the fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Henkel appears to be deeply in thought. I need you to check something really quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the black light from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Both Theo and Mr. Henkel peek over my shoulder to see. A sigil. The same one as the other three victims had. I suppose we can now establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Henkel is nodding with me. Although the fourth victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. We're asking around here and there. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mrs. Niblet is the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. Oh, thank you for the stretch! That was a good one. What if a fairy transformed into a human and purchased the poison? What? They can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Henkel's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh yes, detective. Although when a fairy shifts into a human shape, they cannot assume the identity of someone already living. Your culprit may well be a name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my patron is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo flinches at Mr. Henkel's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. He then scoffs. Theo! What I get from Theo is a short. Theo! Can you say Theo in an angry... Hang on. Theo! I can't do it. I can't make it sound mean. Does that sound mean? Theo! There you go. The shrug. Oh my god, hi! Not you. Other Theo. The one on the screen that we're yelling at. Yes, I'm scared. It worked! But this Theo only shrugs at me. That's fucked up. Let's go get some rest. Sleep well, Shale. Thank you for joining. Stay safe, make good choices. Surprisingly, he turns towards the patron. From what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They have no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Henkel only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Henkel and talks directly to me. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow? I'll see what I can do. Alright, I've got to go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without so much as a word of goodbye to Mr. Henkel, Theo turns and leaves. I pick up the paper again and continue reading, while Mr. Henkel silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite remarkably, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in these killings. Is the Faeology University a friend? Or a foe? That's crazy! Wait, that was a good one. Wait, that was insane. Ooh. Damn, y'all were crazy with it. I really like that. Oh my god, hang on. There's one character that they didn't show. Hang on. Or I'm delusional. Hang on. Let me fact check myself. Yeah, okay. There's one... Okay. Ah, I see. I understand now. They had one character in, like, the Steam page that was, like, very, like, all of their information is, like, blurred out. And I would remember looking at it being like, wow, I wonder why they did that. It's because they're not in the demo. Okay, I understand now. I see now. I'm learning. I understand why we did things. Look at that. I'm so good at learning things, chat. They're not luring you in. Yeah, I was like, damn, mysterious woman? That's crazy. They said Mario Aurelio will hone in on this. Literally, that was the character I liked the most out of the lineup. This is the second time I have tried a visual novel demo where the character that I'm most interested in is like the one not included. Because the other one was the Distant Oceanic. And if you guys remember, I was like crashing out because I really wanted that pretty blonde woman. But she was like a 5-minute inclusion, like right after the scene when I stopped. And so I was like livid and I was so upset about it. And this time I'm like laughing because like it makes so much sense. They did actually just warn you straight up with that by blurring it out that you're not getting this woman just yet. Oh, what a beautiful time, actually. I really love this game. I love how they did the, like, I get to pick up the black light and search with the black light, and then I get to pick up the magnifying glass and, like, check with the I like how they combine themselves so that I can do, like, the magnifying glass and then the black light. That made me feel smart. And that's probably just normal, but, like, I felt smart doing it. Do you know what I mean? It let me feel smart. Was I stupid for picking the parasite for the first one? Yes, but technically speaking, I truly won on that ending because I got to enjoy getting depressingly drunk with a woman. And sometimes when you think about it, maybe the true win is getting to be depressed drunk with a pretty lady. Do you know what I mean? We just gotta look at it from a different perspective. I'm just saying, she's romanceable. It says on the thing, she's romanceable. You can romance her. I really want to romance Ruthie though. I think Ruthie is really, really pretty. I think Ruthie looks like they're gonna be really fun, and I'm really excited. So, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. When this game releases in full, right? We're gonna stream this, right? Right? And chat, you're gonna tell me right now, as we're talking, that you're going to wishlist this, right? On Steam. Right, chat? And you're gonna tell me, oh my god, Marielle Aurelia, Keeper of the Flames, and my beloved Blazing Idol, I have wishlisted this on Steam because it's such a banger. And because we should support the devs, because this looks really cool, and this must not have been easy. Like, the investigation thing is so cool, and I feel like that must be such a hard thing to do. Like, the fact that you can, like, hover over it and then it lights up is sick as hell. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that you can pinpoint the exact moment you're hovering and then it changes, oh, it's so good. I don't know how they did that. I need to figure out how they did that. But it looks so cool. Wait, hold on. Why are we holding on? Why are we holding on? Studios based in... Yes. Yes, they are. You can see that on their Twitter. Yeah. But yeah. This is actually really cool. I think they did insane with this one. And the music... Oh, wait, who did the music? Do they have what the music is from? Hang on. Yeah, the Dark Piano, Dova Syndrome, The Raven's Lullaby. Like, actually peak. Like, these are really good tracks. I really like the music in particular as well. Like, the music is really pulling it all together. I really liked this one. This was a really good start to, like, the, like, visual novel event. I've been following them on Blue Sky for a while, but never saw that. Now you know! Oh my god! Yeah, I'm really grateful that I got to give this game a try. This was sick as hell. This was a really good start. Chat, this is crazy. Like, what the fuck? And then next week, we're gonna be doing more? Like, what the hell? This is so cool. We're gonna be playing more games next week. We're gonna be doing so many visual novels. Oh my god, that's crazy. I'm so excited. This was a banger, actually. And now, do I have anything important that I have to say? Because we are gonna end stream here. Because I'm happy with that. We got 2 really nice endings. And if we do any more, we are not gonna finish by midnight. So I'm gonna say this was a good spot to end it. In terms of announcements, I'm thinking. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. Trust me. We're gonna be playing Monster Hunter tomorrow, as usual. It's so weird saying tomorrow and it actually being tomorrow. Schedule will come out as usual in the next couple of days. It's gonna be a little bit of a hectic week next week, so please bear with me. Things will look a little bit different than usual, but we're being brave about it. Yeah. I think that's everything. Follow me on here. Subscribe to me on YouTube, because it helps. We're going to try to not be delayed. That was so funny. Me just being like, has it been posted yet? I couldn't see it. Oh, do you know what? Actually, this is really important. This Sunday at midnight plus AGMT. Hang on. Let me fact check myself. Make sure I'm not lying on the internet. Let me also put on some background music while I'm no longer on this. Hang on. This is so important. Hang on. I forgot something very important that I need to say. So, this upcoming Sunday is really important because... Where's the timestamp? Hang on. Am I stupid? Hang on. Hang on. 5 p.m. BST, 12 p.m. EST, which is 12 a.m. plus 8 GMT, which is 12 a.m. Sunday, the 28th of September. There we go. So this upcoming Sunday on the 28th of September at 12 a.m., Camille will be hosting a birthday concert, and you are all invited to go see. You would have noticed, if you have seen any of my tweets, that a little red panda in particular is a part of the concert, and I'm really excited because this is my first ever VTuber concert that I've ever been involved with. So I'm really, really grateful for Camille for letting me join in on this. I felt very in awe at looking at all of these amazing VTubers and idols that were a part of this, and I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, whoa. So I'm very excited that I get to be a part of it. Please come and support it. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do a ping on the day so that I can remind you all. It's gonna be on YouTube and Twitch because I believe she dual streams, so you can catch it on both. I'm in 2 songs, so I'm in there twice, just so you know. Like, it's not just one. You're not seeing me once, you're seeing me twice. And I'm very excited about that. Yes, 2. When I have been telling y'all that I have been working really fucking hard lately, I was not kidding. But I'm in 2, so please come and check it out. I'm really excited that y'all will get to see this. And everyone has worked really, really hard. Like, everyone has been insane and really amazing and incredible. And I'm really just, oh my god. But yeah, please go do that. Please go see it. I'll keep reminding people up to the date because I think that we should do it for fun. Yippee! Alrighty, so I am going to end stream here. So, as we say at the end of every stream, stay safe, make good choices. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Okay, good night! Bye!